Look, I know you think the fact you feel upset or angry or anxious is important, that it matters, but it doesn't. Feelings are just these things that happen. The meaning we build around them comes later. There are only two reasons to do anything in life: because it feels good, or because it's something you believe to be good or right. Sometimes these two reasons align, but most of the times they don't. Something feels shitty but is right and good, like getting up at 5 am going to the gym, or something feels fucking great but it's just a bad thing to do, like smoking. Acting based on your feelings is easy. You feel it and you do it. It's like scratching an itch. It's a quick satisfaction, but then the satisfaction gone just as quickly as it came. Acting based on what's good or right is difficult. Firstly, because what is good or right is not always clear. But when we do what we know or at least think is right for us, the positive effects last much longer. It builds self-esteem and adds meaning to our lives. So, we should just ignore our feelings and just do what is good and right all the time, right? Well, like many things in life is simple, but simple doesn't mean easy. The problem is that the brain doesn't like to feel conflicted about this decision making. So it tries to convince itself whatever feels good is the same as what is good and right. And if you do this sort of thing long enough, if you convince yourself that what feels good is the same as what is right, then your brain will actually start mix the two up. Your brain will start thinking that the whole point of life is just to feel really awesome as often as possible. And once this happens, you will start believing that your feelings actually matters. And once that happens, well, now, if this is rubbing you the wrong way right now, just think about it for a second. Everything that is screwed up in your life, chances are it to get that way because you were too beholden to your feelings. You were too impulsive, too self-righteous, and too angry and too horny, right? Feelings have a way of doing that. You know, they make you think that you are the center of the universe. And I hate to be the one to tell you, you are not. There is a problem with organizing your life around feelings. Your feelings are temporary and inaccurate, which is a problem. Now, none of what I'm saying is new or surprising. In fact, you have probably tried to get over some of your own obnoxious feelings and impulses before. But trying to control your emotions ends up making them multiply. Because we don't just have feelings about our experiences, we also have feelings about our feelings. And we call them meta feelings. Feeling bad about feeling bad, self-loathing. Feeling bad about feeling good, guilt. Feeling good about feeling bad, self-righteousness. And feeling good about feeling good, narcissism. They are part of the stories we tell ourselves about our feelings, and they have the tendency to rip us apart inside. If you always feel good about feeling good, you will become self-absorbed. If feeling good makes you feel bad about yourself, then you will become this walking, talking pile of guilt and shame. And then there are those who feel bad about feeling bad. These positive thinkers will live in the fear that any amount of suffering indicates that something must be sorely wrong with them. But perhaps the most increasingly common meta feeling is feeling good about feeling bad. People who feel good about feeling bad get to enjoy a certain amount of righteous indigestion. They feel morally superior in their suffering, that they are somehow martyrs in a cruel world. To unspin these stories, we must come back to a simple truth. Feelings don't necessarily mean anything. They merely mean whatever you allow them to mean. And that's the skill that's missing today. The ability to decouple meaning from feelings, to decide what just because you feel something, it doesn't mean life is that something. Fuck your feelings. Sometimes good things will make you feel bad. Sometimes bad things will make you feel good. Sometimes you will feel bad about feeling good about a bad thing, and you will feel good about feeling bad about a good thing. You know what? Fuck it. Just fuck the feelings. But this doesn't mean you should ignore your feelings. Feelings are important. But they are important not for the reason we think they are. The point is that you get to decide, and what many of us have either forgotten or never realized that fact. That we decide what our pain means, and just as we decide what our success is exposed. And more often than not, any answer except one will tear you apart inside. And the answer is nothing.